somehow I'm going to figure out how to make it so that I can see me more than I can see you all. No clues. Nope. Gallery view. Nope. Maybe this. Sorry, I just need to be able to see myself, and it looks like I have no idea. Okay, so we'll just do our best because I don't have any tech support. So welcome to Aroma Yoga with Kimberly and Rocket. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for being patient with my tech fail. Go ahead. So you're going to want to have your lemon, lavender, peppermint, frankincense, valor, and beads. I'm going to hope that the camera can see me. I can't tell if you guys can see my whole body. So I'm Kimberly Bernstein. I am a platinum leader with Young Living and I've been using and sharing Young Living oils for the last 6 years. I have been a yoga teacher for and I am thrilled to combine the powers of these oils with the power of asana practice. I wanted to say yoga and oils keep me centered, but if you saw me even 2 minutes ago, I am not always centered. I'm gonna go ahead and mute if I can figure out how to do that so that I'm not getting the feedback. So I'm gonna mute the participants and then y'all can chime in.
Hey Kimberly, can you push it down just a little bit so that we can see your whole body?
I can, but then I tried working on this and then you won't be able to see my head. I wish that I could figure out how to get myself on the whole screen, and I can't, and I don't have any help. Okay, hold on. Yes, okay, so I'll move it down. I can't see myself because I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna stop. Okay. I'm just gonna take some deep breaths with you. So, okay. There, now you can see my whole body and I can see my whole body. So thank you, Allie. Okay, so aroma yoga is not like any yoga class you've ever been to. Typically, when we are, can you hear me? Can you give me a thumbs up? Yeah, okay, perfect. I want to make sure I didn't mute myself. I'm a little frazzled today. So, if you have oil, actually, if you have oils, I want you to go ahead and grab your frankincense to get started. In Eastern traditions, your left hand is your receiving hand. So I want you to grab your frankincense and put a drop in your left hand. If you don't have oils and you're joining us, don't worry. You can benefit from the practice itself. But go ahead and put your frankincense in your left hand. Circle 3 times with your right hand, either because I made it up or it's a tradition for moving energy. And then you're going to create what's called your scent tent. And if you take nothing else from this class, this is super useful because your oils are a living, breathing thing. And what I'm about to share with you is going to allow you an opportunity to really connect with it. So find a comfortable seat. I sit with a block under my hips so that I can elevate my hips over my knees. You can sit on the ground or on a pillow or on a tall book. Sit up tall, and you'll bring your hands to your nose. Pop your hands over your nose. This is your scent tent. And while it's fine and wonderful to just put your oils on and then go about your day, they are a living, breathing frequency and truly a gift. So we're going to take a moment. Sitting up tall, close your eyes. This is more for me than for anybody else, probably. And take some deep breaths. Big, full breath in through your nose. And a deep breath out through your mouth. And I want you to just take a couple of moments, breathing in and breathing out, noticing what's true for you in this moment. Good. Take a full breath in, grow long and tall. And a breath out, release your hands to your sides. And then slowly, gently gazing down, begin to open your eyes. You'll open them slowly and gently because you've created a relaxed state or begun to create a relaxed state in your brain. And the slow, gentle opening of your eyes will allow your brain to continue to be in that relaxed state. We do aroma yoga, and I'm going to combine, we're going to balance each of our chakras, or at least check in with them, because that's a tall order to balance all of your chakras in under an hour. But we're going to at least check in with them and give them some love. And being able to do this enhances our receptivity and our wakefulness practice. All right, so we're just going to get right into it. Have your oils out near you if you have them. And the first oil that we're going to use is Valor. And we're going to use Valor to connect to our root chakra. Your root chakra is right kind of at the base of your, you have 7 energy centers, right? 7 chakras. And your root chakra is the lowest chakra. And it's where your sense of security versus fear lies. It's where kind of, if you're familiar with Maslow's hierarchy of needs, this is where your root chakra comes into play. And it corresponds with earth. So each chakra has a corresponding element, and for Valor, it's earth. So go ahead and put a drop. You know, if you are sensitive to some of the oils, you can put them on a tissue or a cotton pad. But if you're good with Valor, go ahead and put a drop in your left hand. And again, create your scent tent. Tune into the space between the bottom of your heart and the top of your navel, and just notice what's true for you right now. Just a moment. Good. I'm actually going to get us up on our feet right now. And we're going to move through a sun salutation to get some body movement, get some blood flowing, and make our way through a sun salutation. Now you can't see my head, but that's okay. I'm like the headless yogi. We're going to move through a sun salutation to get our bodies moving and get us into downward facing dog, which is an awesome, awesome posture to connect with our root chakras. So you're going to come to the front of your mat. I'm in the middle of mine to give you the best chance of seeing my head. But you're going to come to the front of your mat and find your mountain pose, your Tadasana. So for some of us, that's big toes touching, slight space between your heels. And for others of us, that's going to be feet, hips, width distance apart. I want you to find the place where if I came and shoved you, you would feel super rooted and connected. And go ahead and lift your toes. Press all of the corners of your feet into the earth. Hug your shin muscles into the bone. Lift your kneecaps. Rotate your thighs internally. This is a big one for me lately. And you can actually take your hands and rotate your thighs internally. Notice that it may broaden your sit bones and you get a little more space. Bring your navel in and stack your shoulders over your wrists. You don't have to touch all of these parts. I don't know why I do. I just like to check in with them. Reach the crown of your head up to the sky. Good. Wiggle your toes and lower them, but keep all of this engagement. Sun salutation. Inhale. Extended mountain. Reach up, grow long. Lift your ribs off your hips. Give a wiggle. Keep breathing. Wiggle, wiggle. Another inhale here. As you exhale, send your hips forward. Lift your heart. Cactus your arms. As you inhale, reach your heart up toward the sky as an offering. Inhale, lift and lengthen fingertips to the sky. Spiral your pinky fingers toward the back of your space. Exhale, Uttanasana, mountain pose. Bend your knees a lot to protect your lower back and melt over your thighs. Let your head be super heavy. Let's take a moment to explore this. You can toe heel your feet out to hips width distance or wider. And just let your head hang. Bend one knee, straighten the other. Whatever feels good for you. With each inhale, reach the crown of your head down toward the earth. With each exhale, torso to your thighs. So hold of opposite biceps. Let them flow. And then on your inhale, come to Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. So your hands on your thighs. Some of you may like your hands on your shins later in a practice, but now hands on thighs. Again, rotate your internal thighs toward one another, so you can even take your hands and do that manually. You should feel some nice space in your hamstrings. Inhale, crown of your head forward, tail back. Exhale, draw your navel in. Take another inhale here. Exhale, you'll plant your hands and step to your variation of plank pose. So your shoulders are over your wrists. For some of you, knees will be down, or you can even be in tabletop. For others of you, knees will be lifted. Shoulders and hips are in one line. We're breathing. Yeah. We can even turn the corners of our mouth up. This is the same posture as your mountain pose. It's just a different orientation to gravity. So if I flipped you up onto your feet, would you be in that stacked mountain that you just worked so hard to create? Take an inhale here. Exhale. Your arms will come in. Your elbows will go straight back like chicken wings. And you'll lower knees, chest, chin, all the way to the earth. Inhale, the tops of your feet are on the earth, big toes touching, your toenails press in, fingertips under your shoulders. You'll inhale to Cobra. Bhujangasana, lifting your heart forward on your inhale. Exhale, press your toenails down. You're rooting to rise. The more you press your toes down, the more lift you'll get. Maybe even take your hands off the earth. Take another inhale. Exhale, we'll arrive at downward facing dog. Untuck your toes, lift your hips, press the earth away. Good. Breathe here. Tune in to that first chakra, that sense of security. How do you find that sense of security, that sense of deep knowing that all is well, even when it doesn't feel like it? Can you send a big, full, deep, loving breath into your root chakra? And a big, deep, release anything that's lurking there you don't need anymore. Good. Take an inhale, gaze forward, bend your knees. Exhale, walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, come up to your halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, melt over your legs. On your inhale, you'll bend your knees and reach your arms back like you're skiing. Safe way to come up. Exhale, mountain pose. Hands to your heart. Knees straight. Take a moment here. Find that strong, tall mountain. Close your eyes and tune in. Good. We've got one more exercise here to connect to root chakra. So, with your hands at your heart, take your feet hips width distance apart. This is called wise woman. Feet hips width distance apart. This is a polarity exercise. So we're bringing yoga, asana, polarity therapy, breath work, movement, sound. We're bringing it all. We got a toolbox here. So your feet are hips width distance apart. Your hands are at your heart. And just gently rock from the ball of your foot to heel, breathing. The most important part of what you're doing is your breath. Good. And as you continue to rock, start sitting your weight even more into your heels and widening your feet. We're basically coming down into a squat, but keeping our feet parallel-ish. If it bothers your knees to have your feet parallel, then take them out towards the sides. You'll sink down into your chair and bring your elbows to the insides of your thighs. And then cross your thumbs, interlace your hands. Sitting, your tailbone as if it's going straight down to the earth. Lift the crown of your head up to the sky. Lengthen. Breathe here for a moment. So now the final part is that you'll bring your forehead to your clasp, or Your clasped hands will come to the bridge of your nose / your forehead. And you can continue rocking heel to ball of foot, maybe opening your hips, connecting and finding movement wherever you feel the flow. Our next chakra is our sacral chakra, and that is your center of movement. But just take a moment here, take a breath or two, and connect with the earth. One of the biggest blessings of what we're all walking through right now is the healing that the earth is doing. Take a moment to just send so much gratitude to the healing that the earth is doing. Good. Inhale. Exhale. You can release your hands down to the earth. Toe heel your feet together. And on your inhale, you'll bend your knees for safety. You can reach your arms back. Exhale, back to mountain pose. Take a moment. Check in. All right, before we move, this is an interactive. I've never done this online. So before we move on, if anybody wants to unmute themselves and say anything about what this is like, please feel free. Anything you noticed, feel free to unmute yourself. All right. Nobody has anything. Grab your lemon. We're moving on to sacral chakra. I will admit lemon is not the sacral chakra oil I would have chosen. Orange is one of them, grapefruit. But I wanted to make this accessible to premium people who only have a premium starter kit, so we're going to do lemon. Take some lemon in your left hand. Circle with your right hand. You're going to smell really good at the end of this, if nothing else. In your mountain, take a moment to just connect with the lemon. Your sacral chakra is your second chakra. It's somewhere below your navel, between your navel and your perineum. And the earth element that connects with your sacral chakra is water. Water shakes in connection with its relationships, right? You pour water into a vase, it takes the shape of a vase. If you pour it into a bathtub, it takes the shape of the bathtub. This is your element of relationship, of connectivity. It's also your element of your sexual being. So take a moment, go ahead, take an inhale again, exhale, release, and just toe heel your feet out to hips width distance apart. This is the part of the workshop that I usually do a dance party, but we're going to move along through our mini course. So you can make your hips figure 8. This is where I pretend that I know how to hula hoop. I don't. Ooh, just movement, move it all over. And then we're going to come to tabletop. So shoulders over wrists and hips over knees on your mat. Spread your fingers super wide and press down through the knuckle bases. Imagine that you have a bumblebee under your palm and you don't want to squish it. Coming into cat-cow. So on your inhale, you'll drop your belly and move from the center of your heart out through the crown of your head and your tail, lifting them for cow pose, baka in Espanol. Exhale, round your back and press the earth away for gato, cat. Inhale, cow. Belly toward the earth, crown of your head up. And exhale, cat. Good. Take 4 more cycles of breath. Moving through cat-cow or any other gentle movement. Maybe circle forward and back. You can close your eyes. Tune in to that center of relationships. Move like water. If that's true, that we take shape in the relationships that we're in, how can you connect to your own personal power here and be sure that you are showing up and reflecting and having yourself reflected back to you? Good. Take an inhale. Exhale. Come back to your downward facing dog. Untuck your toes. Lift your hips. Press the earth away. Take a full big inhale here and a big deep release anything you don't need. Inhale, gaze forward, bend your knees. Exhale, step, or if you're feeling feisty, you can jump or float your feet to your hands. On your inhale, find that halfway lift again. Nice long spine, breathing into the back of your hamstrings. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, knees bend, reach your arms back like you're skiing. Exhale, mountain pose. Take a moment here. You can create your scent tent again. Find your mountain. Feel into your hands and feet and notice what's true for you right now. Inhale. Exhale, release and wiggle like your jello on the plate. Let anything and everything go. All right. Chakra number 3 is your solar plexus. This is your power, your fire, your air, the element, the earth, or the element that corresponds to solar plexus is fire. We're going to use peppermint because it's hot and fiery, and it's going to help us connect to that solar plexus chakra. That is like right around your navel. So if you have peppermint, take a drop in your left hand. Circle 3 times. Find your mountain again. And connect to the power of the oil. If I can encourage one thing from this class, it's that you don't need much time to put an oil on and just connect to it. Put it in your hands and breathe it. All right. Hot breaths. So we're moving through some breath and core to interact that and engage that sense of personal power. This is where you are being the most true to yourself and sending your message out to the world. So keep hips width distance apart. Inhale, arms up, lift onto your toes. And as you exhale, you'll come down and go, ha, arms back. Again, inhale up onto your toes and exhale, ha. We're gonna do this for a couple minutes. Get real good and silly. Inhale up, exhale, ha. Don't be afraid of your own voice, your own power. Ha. Ha. Let's do 10 more. Ha. 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 3 more. Ha. 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 Una más. Make it the best one yet. Ha. Good. We'll come down onto our bellies now. Or, nope, sorry. I'm thinking back and saying belly. Come down onto your back. You can see me. Lay down on your back and iron your sacrum onto the earth. Let it take up as much space as possible. Then bring your hands to the bottom tips of your ribs and encourage them onto your back, keeping your sacrum iron onto the earth. If your front ribs pop open, gently knit them back together energetically, or you can take your hands there. And then on your inhale, lift your knees over your hips, shins parallel with the earth. Exhale. Take another inhale, and then you'll exhale and interlace your hands. I'm doing the opposite because I'm facing you. You'll interlace your hands at your left thigh. So you're making a tabletop with your shins. Your hands are pressing into your left thigh, and your thigh is pressing into your hands. Inhale, extend your right leg long as if you're pushing the wall in front of you away. Exhale, bring your right knee in line with your left. We'll do this 3 more times. The whole time, your sacrum's ironed onto the mat, your bottom ribs are drawing to your back, your front ribs are knitted, and your navel is in. Inhale, extend your right leg long, and exhale, bring it back. Dos más. Inhale, right leg lengthens forward. Exhale, right knee back. One more. Good. You might take a breath. The core engagement is what's key here. And then switch to the other side. So interlace your hands at your right thigh. Press your hands into your thigh and your thighs into your hand. Thigh into your hand. Inhale, extend your left leg long. And exhale, bring your left knee back in line with your right. Tres más. Inhale, extend. And exhale back. Inhale, extend. And exhale back. Inhale, extend. And exhale back. Good. Take an inhale. Exhale, hug your knees in. And just for fun, on an inhale, go ahead and take a happy baby, just because we're already down here. Stack your ankles over your knees, flex your feet like you're going to stand on the sky. Keep your sacrum iron onto the mat and move like you. Good. Big inhale. Exhale, hug your knees in, and then roll to your side or rock and roll and make your way back up to standing. Right. Again, we did sacral and solar plexus. So before we move on to our heart chakra, which is the bridge between the lower and the upper chakras, if anybody has anything that you've noticed, anything you want to chime in about, go ahead and do that as we grab our lavender. Okay. Wiggle, just check in. Again, bridge. Heart is the bridge. It could be totally off base, but I'm wanting to give y'all some movement. So if you're not wanting the movement, then you'll skip this, but I'm gonna move us through another sun salutation. To connect to our hearts, it's actually cobra, and you may have connected, you may have sensed that when we did cobra and you reached your heart forward. So you'll have the option of cobra or upward facing dog as we move through this sun salutation. And I'm gonna throw in a sun salutation B, so we'll actually move through a warrior 1 and 2. Find your tent in your mountain pose. Close your eyes and check in with what's true for you right now. Good. All right, moving through this sun salutation, the most important thing always is your breath. You're not nourishing your chakras if you're not getting oxygen into them. So if at any point you lose connection with your breath, slow it down. I'm your guide, you're your teacher. Inhale, extended mountain, reach up, grow long, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, take a gentle back bend by sending your hips forward, lifting your heart, connecting with that heart chakra cactus in your arms. Take a breath here. Good, inhale, extended mountain, lift your ribs off your hips, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, bend your knees, melt over your thighs with your torso. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your thighs or your shins, crown of your head forward, tail back, navel in, connect with that solar plexus. Exhale, plant your hands, step or jump your way back to plank, and let's hold for 3 breaths. Another opportunity, even though we're on heart chakra, to connect with that solar plexus, because you're drawing your navel to your spine and you're using that sense of power to hold yourself here. Inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. So your arms come in, your elbows go straight back, and you'll lower knees just chin to the earth, or you'll hold here. On your inhale, tops of your feet will come to the earth, and you'll lift your heart in cobra or upward facing dog. If I can give a little bit of a yoga teacher note about this, if your hands, the heels of your hands are real close to your hips, which they may not because we're not super warmed up, Stick with Cobra, it's better for your back. But in either one, your heart is lifted here. Shoulders down your back. Breathe. Press your toenails into the earth. Again, rooting to rise. Exhale, downward facing dog, untuck your toes. Good. Inhale, gaze forward, bend your knees. Exhale, back to downward dog. I forgot about the warrior one. On your inhale, lift your right leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your right foot forward between your hands. If it needs help getting there, let it help it. Good. Inhale here, lengthen your spine. Exhale, turn your left foot out 45 degrees and root down. Inhale, Guerrero Uno, warrior one, rise up. If your shoulders are tight or they like to live up by your ears, you can take your hands to your heart or cactus. Otherwise, lengthen. Good. Take a moment here. This is a great root chakra pose. So just take a moment, check in with your root chakra, that sense of security, with your sacral chakra, that sense of connection and relationships, your solar plexus, that place of power, your heart, which I didn't even tell you is air. This is also your sense of being able to voice. I know that sounds like it would be throat, but it's actually coming from your heart, speaking your truth. When we think of speaking our truth, we're thinking of our heart chakra. Inhale here. Exhale, you'll lower your hands to surround your right foot. Step it back to plank and lower to a vinyasa, a chaturanga, or you can just go straight to down dog. I'll lower halfway down on my exhale and inhale again, upward facing dog or cobra, connecting with that heart chakra, connecting with your true voice, what your truth is. Exhale, downward facing dog. Untuck your toes, lift your hips. Inhale, extend your left leg back. Exhale, low lunge, bring your left foot forward between your hands, help it get there if it needs. Inhale, wave your spine long, hips are level. So notice if your left hip is hiked up over your right. Exhale, turn your right foot out 45 degrees, root down. Inhale, warrior one. Good. Another yoga teacher note about warrior one. You want your hips to be, if you had headlights, they'd be shining towards the front of your mat or your space. When I used to try and get my heels aligned, I had a lot of trouble getting my hips around. If that's you, toe heel your right foot out to the right a bit and create more train tracks than a tightrope for yourself. Good. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower your hands to surround your left foot. Step it back to plank or you can go straight to down dog. Take an inhale here if you're in plank. Exhale, lower down halfway or all the way. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward, bend your knees. Exhale, step, jump, or float your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend knees, arms back like you're skiing. Exhale, mountain pose. Straighten your legs, hands to your heart. Take a moment here. Close your eyes. Tune in to what is true for you right now. Good. So now we're moving in. We've to the upper chakras, to more your connection with the divine, to connection with things that we can't necessarily see. Again, as we grab our thieves to move into our throat chakra, which is so interesting because right now we are hearing a lot about how thieves can really support us in this time. So isn't that interesting that the same oil that can support your whole physical wellness can also really support your connection with your throat chakra. This is ether, the element, and the sense of spiritual connection. So take your thieves, put it in your left hand, and create your scent tent. Just noticing what's true for you right now. Maybe even taking a moment to connect to root, sacral, solar plexus, heart. Wishing them well, knowing that you've sent them love, and focusing now on your throat chakra. Good. Now you're going to come to lying on your back. Take a look at the time. Actually doing great. Okay. This next exercise is called Cook's Hookup. So you're going to lie flat on your back as if I was asking you to take a nap. And you're going to cross your right leg over your left. Crossing our body parts can help us disconnect from our own energies and connect to externally. Then you're going to cross your arms over your chest. It doesn't matter which one. And you're going to place your right hand in your left armpit. I know that sounds funny. And your left hand in your right armpit and draw your elbows toward the earth. So your sacrum is ironed on the earth. Your arms, your hands are nestled under your armpits. And you're going to lay here, closing your eyes and tuning in for several moments. So in a typical class, you may lay here longer. This is just the tip of the iceberg of an opportunity to remember that what comes out of our throats is our spiritual connection. What comes out of our voice is our spiritual connection. Go ahead and uncross your arms. Keep your eyes closed if they already are. And bring your elbows to the earth, hands facing toward one another, fingertips toward the sky. So your elbows are on the earth, your upper arms are real close into your body. Just take a moment here. Big full breath in, filling up your whole body. Every cell of your being is filled with prana, like energy. And big deep breath out, sending golden healing light out into the multiverse. So smart. Full deep breaths. Good. Then you'll slowly move, roll to your side, and come back to your hands and knees for lion's breath. So from your hands and knees, bring your big toes together, sit your hips back, and become a lion. Take an inhale, and on your exhale, rounding your back like cow pose, or dropping your belly rather, arching your back like cow pose. Take an inhale, and exhale with your tongue out. We'll do this 2 more times. Good. Inhale here. Back to tabletop, shoulders over wrists and hips over knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. One more time, just to have a little more movement. Inhale, extend your right leg up toward the sky. Exhale, right foot forward between your hands. Turn your left foot out. Inhale, warrior one. Good. Just for play, exhale, warrior two. Open your hips toward your left. Right heel lines up with your left arch or your left heel. You choose, breathe here. Inhale, reverse warrior. Your left arm goes down your left leg or behind you to your right hip crease. And you'll lengthen from your right hip up, up, up through your right fingertips so much that they reach to the left. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, you'll bring your hands down to surround your right foot. Step it back all the way to down dog or plank. If you're in plank, you can lower down. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. And turn your right foot out. Inhale, Guerrero Uno, warrior one. Good. Exhale, open Guerrero two, warrior two. Open to your right. Good. On your inhale, reverse warrior. Your right arm goes down your right leg or behind you toward your left hip crease. And you lengthen from your left hip crease up, up, up. So much that maybe you reach to your right. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your arms down to surround your left foot. Step it back to down dog or to plank and lower down halfway or all the way. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 full breaths. Good. Inhale, gaze forward, bend your knees. Exhale, step, jump, or float your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, find that nice long spine. Exhale, forward fold, melt your torso over your thighs. Inhale with knees bent, reach your arms back. Exhale, mountain pose, straighten your legs, hands to your heart. Take a moment here. Maybe bring your hands to your nose for your sentent. Notice what's true for you in this moment. Feel into your hands and feet. You may feel buzzing or warmth or nothing at all. It's all completely normal. Awesome. All right. Anybody have anything you want to share about what the 6 or the 5 chakras we've already moved to have been like for you? I just want to wiggle it out. We're moving on to 6th and 7th, and we're going to use frankincense for both of them. So, frankincense in your left palm. Circle. Create your sentent. Tune in. Good. We're going to come in. We're going to do 2 postures for connecting to our crown, or sorry, our 3rd eye chakra, which the corresponding element is light. This is your ability to see what may be not physically seen. So, Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. Release your hands to your sides, take an inhale. As you exhale, you'll pivot to your left and take a big, wide stance facing toward your left. Your feet are parallel-ish, your toes are turned in, bring your hands to your hips first. Press down to the outer edges of your feet. On your inhale, you can extend your arms long from behind your heart. As you exhale, send your hips back and lengthen. Make your back a tabletop. As you exhale, your hands can come to your thighs or your shins. Your first priority is that nice long spine. So maybe you stay here. You can even grab your block or your big book and bring it under your hands. Or with your nice long spine, as you continue to breathe, and continue to reach the crown of your head toward the earth. Maybe your hands come to your thighs, maybe they come to your shins, maybe they come to the outer edges of your feet. Breathe here. If your third eye had an actual place, it would be your forehead. Item your sense of divine knowing. Take an inhale. Exhale, you'll bring your hands to your hips. And inhale, you'll slowly rise up. Exhale, you'll toe heel your feet towards one another and pivot to your right to find the front of your mat. Coming into Balasana, child's pose. You'll make your way to tabletop on an exhale. And bring your big toes together. Kick your knees out as wide as your mat so that we're working a stretch into our hips. And sit your hips back toward your heels. They may or may not reach, don't worry about it. You'll inhale, walk your arms forward, and you'll exhale, bringing your third eye, your forehead, toward the earth. Making that connection is important. So if it doesn't reach, don't worry about it, but maybe bend your elbows so that you can use your forearms as a pillow. Connecting into that third eye, that sense of divine knowing. And as you connect into that sense of divine knowing, that powers your throat chakra. So the chakras do not work independently of one another. Because if you know your truth, and it comes out of your mouth and it lives in your heart. Inhale back to tabletop. And exhale, come to seated. Good. We have reached final Shavasana. Which is not bad considering we started late. So we're actually going to use frankincense again. If there is anything that you want to chat about or questions that you have before we move into final Shavasana, which is our chance to connect to our crown chakra, which is our knowingness. So our third eye is our vision, and our crown chakra is our knowingness. Those are very interconnected. So if I'm not quite explaining what the difference between knowingness and vision is, that's probably going to be more than what we can do in an hour class. If there is any other posture that your body is calling for, feel free to take it now. Otherwise, you'll come to laying on your back. Other postures for your crown chakra are headstand and shoulder stand. So if either of those are in your practice and you're feeling warmed up enough to take them, go for it. Otherwise, you'll come to laying on your back. Traditionally, Shavasana, and I will guide you out of it in several moments. Traditionally, Shavasana is on our backs, feet splayed out, legs long, shoulder blades down your back, arms by your sides. Close your eyes. You've now connected in with every one of your 7 major energy centers. There are many more chakras, but your 7 major ones. Go ahead and allow your breathing to return to normal. And do your best to think of absolutely nothing while you allow all of this to integrate. Good. Begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes, with your hands on your wrists and your feet on your ankles. Stretch your arms and legs long. Or hug them in, or one and then the other. Keep your eyes closed or your gaze soft. And make your way to the fetal position on either side that you would prefer. Take a moment here, allowing this position to symbolize a renewed connection between your breath and the intentions you set, between your heart and your brain, and renewed connection to each of your energy centers. With your eyes still closed or your gaze soft, use the strength of your arms to make your way to a seated posture. Feeling for your block or your book or whatever you were using if you'd like, or just sitting comfortably on the ground. Pull your sit bones down, reach the crown of your head up, and bring your hands to your heart. Lift your heart to your thumbs, press your thumbs to your heart, and gently bring your chin toward your chest, bowing in deep, deep gratitude to yourself for showing up, to your connections to each of the elements. It's been such an honor to share this practice with you. Thank you so very much. Namaste. A quick word about the oils. If you're tuning in and you don't have them, please get together with the person who sent you to this class. I'm going to turn off the recording, and if anybody has anything that they want to add, I'm going to unmute you after I turn off the recording.